next guest is here to tell us about portable weather stations and the interest in them when so much data is available for free. So why would you want your own weather station? Well, we're about to tell you because there's some very cool things. The head of sales and marketing with Davis Instruments is Atul Chawla. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, you're doing just fine.
Well, Atul, welcome into Tomorrow. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well, thank you. Thanks for having me, and Happy New Year to you.
And the same to you as well. So you brought us, it's always fun to have products to look at on the radio, to show and tell on the radio, but of course, intotomorrow.com, video of all of our CES radio interviews, so you can see the products we're talking about. Here's what seems to be a rather complete weather station, all in one package. Tell me about it.
That's right. I mean, Davis Instruments been making weather stations for over 3 decades, and this is one of our newer products, and it's very consumer friendly. It can set up in a few minutes, and as you will see in this very integrated package, it comes up with an anemometer, a wind vane, and you can see these wind cups moving around, and this is a rain gauge.
There's a lot of hot air in our broadcast booth, apparently.
That's right.
A rain gauge as well, so it'll measure the rain.
It'll measure the rain. It's solar operated, so you can see there's a solar panel on one side, and of course you get the temperature, humidity, and these things last for a long time. One of the things we do when we make a weather station is we throw all kinds of weather, pun intended,
yes.
While designing.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, when we design and test our products, and it's really important for us to do that because we want consumers to have a really good, reliable, affordable weather stations when they install it on the roof. It's not the easiest thing in the world to get to your roof, and you don't want to do that every year or every 2 years.
You want to get it up and know it's just going to work because you're leaving it there.
That's right. So, and that's one thing we do differently than a lot of our competition because we come to the consumer electronics for the weather industry standpoint. Mm-hmm. So we not only bring the consumer electronics part of it, but we also bring the weather ruggedness to our weather stations. So our weather stations will last a long, long time. You asked a question of why do you still need weather stations?
Right. When pretty much all of our smartphones, you can either say, give me the weather where I am now, or the weather in a city I'm going to go to, whatever. But where I am now, what's happening? And it's on our phone. So why would we need to invest in one of these?
No, that's a very good point. And by 2020, there's going to be 6 billion smartphones, which means all these people are going to be interacting and learning about the weather where they are. But as it turns out, they will not be learning about the weather where they are. They will be learning about an average number in their region. So what ends up happening is when you're looking at the data, you're basically looking at some weather somewhere.
Yeah, not maybe nearby, maybe at least within the zip code, who knows, right?
Usually near an airport.
Yeah.
Sure. However, if you're getting a sensor, like a weather station from us, you're actually getting data from a station. So I always say, if you want accurate data, reliable data, then you need a station. If you're looking for an average number and it can be off by quite a bit. Most people think of weather as sort of this homogeneous sheet in a region.
Yeah.
But
it's going to rain or it's not, or what are the probabilities, and just in general, what's the temperature? Do I need a coat today or not?
That's right. I mean, weather is around us, right? And we make all kinds of decisions based on weather. We just don't know it because it's so intuitive.
Sure.
And what ends up happening is when you have a weather station, you actually make decisions based on exactly what's going on outside, where the weather matters, which is where you are.
Yeah, true.
One of the other great benefits of having a weather station is it really, it's the joy. Number one, I think it's the joy. You feel so good. You feel like you're intelligent. It makes you feel good. Well, you make good decisions.
And how about this? With all of the popularity of drones, for example, folks are having to pay more attention now to things like wind speed because if it's over a certain amount based on which type drone you have, you can't fly it because you won't have control. It's going to just blow away. So to have your own weather station right there where in maybe hopefully your backyard you're flying your drone or something at a glance,
No, you're absolutely right. In fact, I'm hoping we'll be able to meet with some of the drone manufacturers around here and talk about that because we do think with all this new technology, home automation is another area. Conservation of water is on everybody's radar right now. If you have a good weather station, you can actually find out how much water you're consuming in your backyard. You can still have those lush green lawns and you can have those fruits and vegetables and tomatoes that you like to grow, but now you don't have to use as much water. You can figure out, so those are the kind of things that a weather station can help, an average number from down the airport is not going to help you.
Now, do you find that a lot of folks like to share their weather information from their location, whether it's their home or office or what have you? And why would that be important, do you think?
Absolutely, and I'm glad you brought that up because we have a service called weatherlink.com that we operate as free of charge, where anybody who buys a weather station can publish the weather data. We have over 21,000 people publishing that data today.
Oh, wow.
You can download our smartphone app and you can get the data. I mean, it's global, and people like to. It's really useful for a lot of people to share this information because they all want to feel good about it.
Yeah.
And this is sort of good for the society, so to speak. And that's one thing. And you can also publish this data to places like Weather Underground, which is a service that a lot of people have used. You can push this data out to NOAA, National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration, to make the model much better, the weather model much better.
So, I'm assuming then that folks like those other legitimate weather sites and gathering portals and so forth take confidence in the Davis system. If somebody's using a Vantage View like this, that it's going to be accurate information so that they can add it to their list of quality details, right?
Absolutely, and while I can't tell for other agencies, I do know that I get an email almost every day about how reliable our systems are compared to a lot of others out there.
Good, and including like expensive professional weather forecasters things. It's very comparable.
That's exactly what our claim to fame is.
Gotcha. And what does this sell for, and is it available now?
It is available. It is sells for $395 list, although online you can probably find much better deals than you'll find from davisnet.com.
Okay.
We sell it at list, but there are resellers out there that's selling it discounts.
Gotcha.
Obviously, our hands are tied in terms of discounts.
Yeah. but perhaps just a little over 300 even. The fact is you can have your own weather station and get accurate info. And by the way, it also comes with a nice remote, even though you're using your phone. So we've also got this remote here for temperature, humidity, barometric, and rainfall, and weather center in itself. All sorts of very cool info. You can get more information when you visit them at davisnet.com, and we'll link you there too to Atul's site and all the things that he and his team are working on. Doug, your public relations guy, claims that we've got one waiting for us at our studios, so he wants the Into Tomorrow Studios weather station. So we'll share that information with folks, and we'll tell people how easy it was to install, I hope.
and share the data on weatherlink.com so other people know what the temperature is at your studio.
And being in Miami, folks want to know that, especially in the dead of winter elsewhere. Because, thanks, Dave, for rubbing that in. Right?
That's right. That's right. Make people feel jealous.
Well, thanks for spending a few minutes with us. We'll let you get back to your busy exhibit here at CES.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Our pleasure. We're back with more as Into Tomorrow continues. I'm Dave Graveline. Visit us for video of all the radio interviews and all the highlight videos, behind-the-scenes goodies, the 360-degree cameras, everything at intotomorrow.com.